I'm Tommie Lee, and this is the Scam of the Week. Rick Walz joining us from the Better Business Bureau. Hello, Rick. How are you today?
Hey, good morning, Tommie. Doing great. How about you?
Not too bad. What have you got for us today?
Well, Tommie, today let's talk about crowdfunding and some of the scams that are sometimes associated with it.
Now, we've seen a lot of that. Just to be clear, though, crowdfunding is the fundraising campaigns that people put up on social media or in emails to help raise money quickly for people who are impacted by things like disasters and tragic events and so on, to maybe even support business startups, right?
Yeah, exactly, Tommie. And, crowdfunding can make supporting and raising money for a good cause easier than ever. However, anyone can create a crowdfunding campaign, including scammers. So the Better Business Bureau suggests donors should proceed with caution and do their research when deciding to donate to a crowdfunding cause.
Really? Okay, so how does this scam work?
Well, typically people will come across the request for a crowdfunding campaign while scrolling through social media. So the campaign looks legitimate, like it has been created or shared by a friend or loved one to help support a worthy cause. But scammers are using these crowdfunding sites in a couple of ways. First, they create fake campaigns stating non-existent needs. So they use fake identities to create phony campaigns and typically use stolen photos of real events to pull on the heartstrings of the donors.
So the whole campaign itself is a fraud.
Yeah, correct. There's no real cause that exists in these situations. And once they collect the donated money for their phony campaign, it's used for things other than what they stated as the intended purpose. So the scammers also create duplicate campaigns. So they will find real crowdfunding campaigns and make a carbon copy of it to confuse people. So donors believe they're on the correct campaign, but they're actually giving to the imposter.
That's terrible and typical. How are people supposed to be able to tell the difference between the real campaign and the imposters?
Well, Tom, we've discussed many times that, it's becoming increasingly difficult with the, technology that's out there. And with, AI now, you have to really be cautious. So again, it's not foolproof, but here's a couple of tips. So first of all, we say be cautious and only give to individuals and organizations that you know personally. So be sure to research the organizations and the details of the campaign. And charities can be vetted, but it's much harder to verify the trustworthiness of an individual who's posted a request for financial help through crowdfunding sources. The safest way to give on a crowdfunding platform is to give to someone you already know, but make sure it's them and not an imposter. And, photos don't mean a campaign is real. Fraudsters often steal pictures of real tragedies to make their campaign seem legitimate. So we suggest doing a Google image search to find out where else that photo might appear on the internet. And if the image appears on other campaigns or sites, it's probably been stolen to create that phony campaign. Make sure that there aren't other crowdfunding requests for that same cause. Again, a lot of dupes out there, and you got to make sure you're giving to the right one. Also, watch out for vague descriptions on how the funds will be used. A lack of transparency is a big red flag. Trustworthy individuals will clearly explain the intended use of the collected funds, and you'll be able to verify the information. And then also, protect your own personal information. To ensure you're on a secure website, look for that lock in the browser's address bar. If there's not a lock in it, it's not a secure site. Don't put any personal information in.
Right.
And also be sure that the privacy policy is in place regarding the use of your name, email address, or other personal information. And of course, right in conjunction with that is read the website's fine print. It will tell you under what conditions donations will be refunded and how the site handles credit card information and administrative fees. And, and we've always said, Tommie, if it seems too good to be true, it probably is. So trust your instincts. If something doesn't appear quite right, it's better to avoid donating until you have verified the information is correct.
Listen to your gut. That's all wonderful information, Rick. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Well, yeah, the same suggestion we give everybody, Tommie, and that is if you've been targeted by a scam, whether you've lost money or not, report it to BBB at bbb.org/scam tracker, and also report it to the FTC at reportfraud.ftc.gov. And if you've actually lost money, make sure you're reporting it to your bank, your credit card company immediately. And if you think your credit has been harmed, make sure you're filing a report with your credit agencies like TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian.
And remember, your report could protect someone else from encountering a similar scam. Good stuff as always, Rick. We appreciate you once again here on the Scam of the Week, and we look forward to talking to you again soon.
Take care, Tommie. Enjoyed it, and we'll talk next week.
Podcasts by Federated Media.